Today I'm going to read the patch notes for the June 2026 update in World of Warships Legends. That way you don't have to, but if you want to, you'll find a link in the description. I think there's a lot to cover here, so we'll just get right into it. There's a breakdown, but we'll start with the Reforged in Red campaign, which runs from June 1st when the update drops to June 29th, and features the Soviet Tier 7 premium destroyer Provorny as the main reward. Her long-range main guns deal high damage thanks to AP shells with good penetration and improved ricochet angles. She also features solid HP and the repair party consumable. All right, well, Russian gunboat DD with improved pen angles and a heal at tier 7. I'm definitely interested. To receive Provorny, complete the campaign's 80 milestones within 4 weeks with an active Admiralty backing. If you miss any challenges, you can always use the catch-up mechanic. Just like the previous update, you can complete challenges by playing War Tales, in addition to the usual battle types. Then, of course, there's the full breakdown of rewards, which we don't need to go into detail on. And then, the Thunderer Marathon, which we all already knew about. Don't miss out on the new marathon, this time for British legendary tier battleship Thunderer, outfitted with a special skin. She's the sister ship to Conqueror, featuring 8 18-inch or 457mm guns with battlecruiser dispersion, an excellent HE performance that gives her one of the highest fire starting chances in the game. She's also equipped with effective AP shells, great concealment, and good maneuverability. Similar to previous marathons, this one spans 3 consecutive updates from the upcoming one. To receive Thunderer, you need to collect 20,000 ship parts through various sources. During this update, which runs June 1st to 29th, you'll be able to earn up to 6,000 ship parts through the Reforged in Red campaign, the Endless Waters calendar, plus an additional 5,000 ship parts as a bonus with the new medieval-themed content. Thunderer used to be an OP ship back on classic WoW's PC back in the day. I actually have it, and it's very strong. I'm curious to see what they mean by good maneuverability, because I swear that thing has an 11-second rudder shift on WoWs. We'll see how that is here, but this ought to be a pretty spicy ship. Perhaps the most worth completing marathon they've done so far. I don't know. We'll have to see when the update drops. And then we've got Medieval Legends. Our new event draws inspiration from the medieval era, bringing epic castles, noble knights and ladies, and a heroic spirit to the seas. From June 1st to 29th, visit the store to discover new British battleship Dover, inspired by Castle Dover, along with medieval-themed commander guises and special skins for Schroeder, Lazo, Jaeger, and Mackinson that transform these ships into famous European fortresses. You can also find new content in medieval chests, several of which will be available through the campaign, the Salt and Iron mission, and the Endless Waters calendar. This new 3-week calendar is also part of the event, offering a Noble Lady Commander guise as its main reward. Note that ship parts for the Thunderer Marathon are added as a bonus with the new medieval content. I will say it does look remarkably like a floating castle from this image. Anyway, Battle of Midway event. Commemorate the Battle of Midway, one of the largest naval battles in World War II, fought in the Pacific in June 1942. From June 1st to 29th, visit the dedicated section of the store and find historical warships, including Atlanta, Monaghan, and a new choice bundle that lets you select one of 2 rare ships, Yukikaze or Enterprise. Well, okay. These ships will be available for Midway coins, obtainable via direct purchase or via special missions found in the store. 1 mission can be unlocked for global XP, and 3 more will be available for doubloons. Each of these 3 can be purchased and completed up to 4 times. Completing the mission will allow you to earn twice as many Midway coins for the same price compared to purchasing them directly. Another themed mission, Midway Gambit, will be available to everyone during the update. Complete it to receive Steel, American, and Japanese commander crates, and the Battle of Midway flag. I wonder then if you'll be able to earn enough coins by just purchasing these special missions to get either Enterprise or Yukikaze. I assume they'll release a more detailed article that'll make it a little clearer, but I would expect you probably do have to pay some sort of money to get one of these two vessels. I guess we'll see. Anyway, new bureau project, Attilio Regolo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is the legendary tier Italian destroyer. It will become available as a bureau project starting June 1st, and it features 135mm guns with SAP and HE shells, solid HP, extremely high speed, and the exhaust smoke generator to effectively hide from enemies. I'm kind of excited about this one, mostly because I think it has the best looking historical camo in the game, at least on WoWs. I assume it would be the same in Legends if it's available with that historical camo. The visuals are just wonderful. And I think after this new Italian destroyer rework, well, I kind of wondered if they would be bringing this thing in. Kind of excited for that. But then, oh boy, new ship for Steel, Smolensk. The new Soviet legendary tier cruiser Smolensk is arriving for Steel. It features 16 rapid-firing 5.1-inch or 130mm guns. They're like quadruple barrels there. And they provide huge HE damage per minute and setting enemies on fire. She's equipped with a potent torpedo armament and a set of solid consumables. Smoke generator, repair party. Oh, Smolensk can get smoke generator and repair party, huh? But not San Martin. And a choice of sonar and defensive AA. You'll find the new ship in the forge section of the store starting June 1st. She'll remain available indefinitely even after the update ends. Need more steel? Well, there's some ways to do that. You can get some steel from these missions, ranked, of course, fleet cups. Reforged in Red campaign, up to 250 steel per week through the endless trials. If you complete the campaign early or buy it out, Smolensk is probably going to be worth getting for steel. It is an overpowered monstrosity, I think, still to this day on WoWs. I know that because I have it in that game, and it's absolutely nuts. It also, to some degree, has the benefit of that broadside technology for when it's not concealed in that smoke screen and giving flat broadside to a battleship. They do tend to overpen it sometimes. It's a bit like the Ochakov in that way, except with way, way, way more main battery firing power. The only thing about it, and I don't know if this will hold true for Legends, is it doesn't have much range on its main battery guns. I think the Khabarovsk, for example, might outrange it. We'll have to see. That'll be something to play to, I suppose, farm salty battleship tiers. Anyway, moving on, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles returns to Legends. They're coming back June 1st to June 9th, along with the commander guises of April O'Neil and Master Splinter. Team up with your favorite characters. Try the Turtle Layer skin for Napoli or Foot Clan skin for Schlieffen. And don't forget to grab Pizza Time Crate 2. One is available through a special mission. Ranked Battles. 2 new seasons of Ranked Battles featuring 5v5 Tier 8 or Tier 7 and Tier 8 ships. Among the rewards are Steel, a Russian Commander Crate, Epic Boosters, Commander Progression items, and Epic Main Battery Mod 3. Alright. Note, we've slightly updated the rules. If a team loses a battle or it ends in a draw, the top XP earner will now keep a star only if they are not in a division. Okay. Interesting. So if you are in a division and you're top, then you still lose the star. I know a lot of people want them to do away with this requirement entirely, so you don't take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Maybe this is a move in that direction. I don't think it goes the way everybody wants to see, but all right. Fleet Cup Season 7. Team up with players in fleet divisions, take the helm of Tier 7 tech tree ships, and battle through 4 tournament stages. Season 7 will run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from June 5th to 29th. Sea Trials, ships for rent. Okay, visit the Sea Trials section of the store. Try out any of the following ships for 10 days for 1,000 doubloons each: Wichita, Ashitaka, Cossack, Cossack, wow, Leone, and Oktoberskaya Revoluция. Once you rent a ship, you'll receive a coupon granting a 1,000 doubloon discount on purchasing that ship in the ship section of the store until June 29th. So if you decide to buy the ship, you'll effectively get the rental cost back. Well, I don't know if any of those ships are really all that inspiring and worth buying, but I suppose it's nice to be able to rent if any of those appeal to you. Quality of life improvement. Yes. Oh my God. I didn't know this was in here. This is sort of the first time I'm actually deeply reading these patch notes. I just skimmed them yesterday before I sat down to record this. Ships no longer stay locked after being sunk. Good news of those tired of waiting for battles to end so you can deploy the same ship again. You can now take the same ship into a new battle immediately after it's destroyed. If you want to prepare the ship for the next battle, you can freely change upgrades, modifications, commanders, exteriors, and even more while the previous battle is still going on. To select a ship that's still considered destroyed in another ongoing battle, you'll need to pay the repair costs similar to those shown on the post-battle results screen. Note that if you leave the battle before your ship sinks, you'll still have to wait until the battle ends. Good, good. Okay, yeah, get rid of that ship being locked if you just sink early. But if you leave the battle and go AFK before the battle ends, you get punished and you still have to wait. I kind of like that. That maybe will make people think twice about abandoning the battle when their emotions get too big for them to handle and they think they're going to lose. And then they want to leave the battle to help guarantee that their team is going to lose. I hate that. So it's kind of nice to at least see a tiny little slap on the wrist in the form of this for going AFK, like on purpose. But yeah, this is great. I've been wanting them to remove this for a long time now. This will make the game nicer to play in general, honestly, I think. And then balance changes. We'll have to go to the Ministry of Balance article now to get those, but there's a couple more things, I think. Commander crate updates. 2 commanders will be added to the general and national commander crates. Spanish battleship commander Jose Ferrandiz y Nino will be added to the commander crate and Spanish commander crate. And then Pan American cruiser commander Lisboa will be added. Okay, fair enough. They also fixed the enhanced secondary targeting 2 consumable, so it works properly for Kelowna and the handful of other ships that have it. And, well, I think that's probably the only bug change worth mentioning. There are some things here for the PC platform, but I'm just going to switch over to the Ministry of Balance article, and we can look at that. So, let's see. Some ships. Dewa, stock torpedo damage nerfed and upgraded nerf to 4,900. Okay, fair enough. After the recent changes to Neptune, Minotaur accidentally became a worse version of her predecessor in some aspects, so we decided she needed a buff. Okay, well, I always thought this ship was really great, but buffed to the main battery range by a couple tenths of a kilometer. Hull HP increased to 48k. Repair party cooldown. Oh, wow, that's a big reduction. 80 to 60 seconds. Torpedo range increased to 11 km. Okay, well, Minotaur gets a little spicier. Honestly, I don't think it needed this, but okay. Brindisi, SAP main battery shell reload time reduced to 17 second space, HE to 15. Venezia has been underperforming with her HE module. Why is anybody putting the HE module on that thing? And overall, so we reduced the reload time for her HE and SAP shells, increased HE and AP damage, and improved shell grouping to match her predecessors more closely. 2.4% increase to the Sigma, so it's 2.1 instead of 2.05. HE increased to 3,300. That's pretty good, actually. SAP increased to 51. HE main battery reload 18 seconds, and SAP 20. Suiho, isn't that CV considered good? Well, If it isn't, it gets a buff. 125 knot torpedoes, reduce the arming time to 6 seconds, cause of flooding chance increased by around 40%, dive bomber maximum spread reduced by 20, dive bomber minimum spread reduced by 25, so I take that to mean they get more accurate. AL Formidable. Previous AL Formidable buffs landed well overall, and the only aspect we felt still needed improvement was her bomb damage. AP 4700, HE skip bombs 9500. Great. Midway wasn't performing optimally, so we buffed her strongest aspects to make them stand out more. 5300 on the HE bomb damage and a 28% fire chance. And then, like Midway, Hakuryu also underperforms, so they decided to buff her too. Torpedo damage 7800, torpedo AoE damage increased to 1100, and chance of causing flooding increased by 25%. Great, these torpedoes I felt like already hit really hard from the Hakuryu, but now I guess they hit harder. Oh, great. I love CV buffs. Commander skills. Johann Firstner. Johann Firstner is still considerably stronger than Carol Dorman, so he nerfed his unique base trait and unique skill to make both commanders more comparable in combat effectiveness and inspiration value. Minister of the Navy. Fire damage caused by your cruisers, shells, or bombs increased by up to 4% instead of 5%. Risk theory. Outgoing damage while your cruiser is undetected increased by a maximum of 4% instead of 5%. I mean, that's fine, but still, the Dutch cruisers, the entire line, still at least needs a nerf to its ridiculous concealment, but okay. Ship modifications. We're continuing to monitor the performance of modifications. With this update, we wanted to make your choices more diverse by buffing several older modifications. We've also nerfed Secondary Battery Mod 3 as it was disproportionately strong compared to other modifications in the game. Armament Durability Mod. Main battery, secondary battery, and AA mount survivability increased by 75% instead of 50%. Maximum HP is now increased by 5% instead of being reduced by 5%. Steering Gears Mod 3 added new effect. Steering gear impairment chance is reduced by 50%. Incoming splash damage is reduced by 25%. Propulsion Mod. Time to reach full power when accelerating is now reduced by 40% instead of 50%. So a little bit of a nerf there. And then base, epic, and legendary secondary battery mod. Secondary battery reload time is reduced by 15% instead of 20%. Well, all right, that's it. I can't say that any of these balance changes here are necessarily what I wanted to see, but there's a lot of content coming in the new update, a lot of which doesn't cost a ton of money. The Smolensk Bureau project, the Smolensk Steel, the Regolo Bureau project, and what else did we have? The Thunder Marathon. I suppose that costs money, but I assume it'll be just buying the Admiralty backing like all the others have been and playing the game enough to get the requisite ship parts, which frankly I don't feel like that's too much of a stretch. So a lot of new ships coming for not having to throw your entire wallet at the screen, I suppose. So that's kind of nice. And I'm really interested in the new campaign ship. I kind of like Tier 7 campaigns. And Soviet gunboat DD with improved AP. I mean, yeah, I am interested. So let me know what you think of the update in the comments section. Give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.